Okay. Today we will have the last lecture from project BandsUP, International Mentoring for Music Professionals. I'm really happy that our today guest Helge Hinteregger is with us, and also many thanks Slovak Arts Council for supporting us, and many thanks you that you join us. And at the beginning, we can start the last time with some introduction. Try to introduce yourself because Helge didn't know anybody. Maybe you can start with Esther, as a lady.
Okay. Hello, I'm Esther. First of all, I'm sorry I'm a little late. And I'm a jazz composer and a vocalist. I'm currently finishing up my debut album. And I live in the US and in Slovakia, kind of back and forward.
Okay, Stefan?
Hello, my name is Stefan Uhryniak. I'm a singer-songwriter. I play guitar and I do vocals as well. I have my solo own thing, and I have a duo with a wonderful vocalist from Hungary. So that's what I'm up to.
Very nice. Tibor? Tibor is alive? I'm not sure. Yes.
Nepočuť ho, nemáme zapnutý mikrofón. Nemá mikrofón zapnutý. Nemá mikrofón zapnutý.
Great.
Okay, Helge, it's time for you now.
And for me, I'm Helge Hinteregger.
Maybe, pardon, another people mute your mic because it's better sound. Thanks.
Ja som nepočul Helgeho.
Okay, my name is Helge Hinteregger, and I hope you will have a good time. You can interrupt me whenever you want me to interrupt. When you have any questions during the next hour I'm talking, or if you want to bring in another topic, you're welcome to do this. And I'm very happy to do this more or less on the fly, as there's no big presentation. I'll show you, I will tell you, I can give you all this information afterwards. With Sasha, you get all my contacts. I'm very easy to reach. Also, more an organizer now, much less a musician now. But still trying to move and shake and giving all the information I know to everybody who wants to have it for free on any time. When I'm dead, my knowledge helps nobody, so I should do it as long as I'm living. Okay, I show now a little bit what we are doing in the information center. We have two websites. We have one web. Now, first, I start what we are doing for the musicians, because we are trying to support them with for all the things they are doing besides their creative work. This means if they have, we help them to set up funds, how to create a project, how to form the project, how you can do it, any kind of knowledge about taxes, social insurances. If they have any problem with their contracts, we have a free lawyer who's specialized to get all this for free. And also, if they try to set up a project, we do face-to-face meetings and try to help them how to create their project and try to make it real. Then we are running two websites. I will share this now. It's here. Yeah. Oh no, Vladimir disabled my possibility to share the screen. Now I cannot share the screen anymore. Vladimir, can you give me the possibility to share my screen? You hear me, yeah?
Yes, I do, but
yes, I hear you, but the possibility is the same like before.
I cannot share the screen. If I'm, do you see something else now?
No.
I try to, screen sharing disabled. That's what it says. Disabled. I cannot, it's not allowed to share the screen from my side. Should I try to log in another time?
no. Oh.
I cannot screen. Okay, perhaps this can change. Then in the meantime, I just...
I don't know what happened today, but I
Okay, I just talking about the things I'm doing, and then perhaps I can share the screen because then you can see it.
would you like to restart system?
Yes, then I will see. As you like it. Should I go get out, get in?
No, refresh tab on browser.
I just...
Vladko. Okay, we wait for him. Počkáme na Helgeho, lebo počas testu mu všetko išlo.
Ok, inak máš mega ozvenu, Saši, aj, neviem, teraz, no. Ale to je v poslednom čase.
Yeah, and now I can share my screen. Perfect. Yes, let's do this. It works. So I show you now the way we're doing. This is the German website. So what we're doing there is just for you to know, we're doing interviews, portraits, reviews, every day about 5, 6, and scene portraits. You see an interview. So that's what we are doing on the website, and you can get all the information I just told you. Called praxis, and then you get all this kind of stuff. And what perhaps for you can be interesting, what I do, we have files for contracts. Whenever you need a kind of contract, as you see, it's also in English: concert agreement, artist agreement, licensing, recordings, producer, sampling agreements. So there are the possibility for you to download it for free, and it's done by a lawyer. So whenever you want to use this, whenever send me this, I will send you all the direct links because this is in German. Then what we are also doing is, this is the English website. So this is what we are doing. It's the same in English. We have different kind of views in English. Then we have artist profiles on the website from the Austrian musicians. Austrian musicians in our sense means everybody who is living in Austria. Whenever you think of staying in Austria for a certain time, you can use all the possibilities we are given. And if you want to know as a jazz musician anything about concert venues in our country, you can find here, that's the starting page. And if you scroll down, then you will find downloads. You see it here? We have downloads. And then we have world music and jazz music. And you can download a PDF, which I already did. You see it here. And here you can see all the clubs in Austria with their name and the directly link to the club, to the website. And you will have, in addition, all the medias in Austria concerning jazz. And most of the labels are just run by musicians, music agencies, and you have all the festivals concerning to jazz, which you can download for free. And you get a good overview for the festivals in Austria. If you go to our German website, then you go to Praxiswissen. I can send it in the direct link. And if you go to this sector of life, that's and you can go. And if you scroll down, everything is in German, but for you could be interesting. Because you can download a list of all festivals of all genres, and it is updated every 3 months. You see?
Great. It's really great to have this information, I think so. Also for musicians.
Yes. And the good thing is you have the date and the duration, then the name of the festival, and then you have what kind of music it will present, and we do it very short. So if I scroll down now, you will see it's very easy because it's Neue Musik just means new contemporary composed music, jazz improvised music, pop, rock, electronic, hip hop, world music, classical music, indie pop, and metal. And you see the city and the county where it happens. And you have a direct link to the festival site. And then you see on what date it has been the years before. So if you can see if it's biannual or if it changes a little bit. At the moment, it's changing totally because all the spring festivals are changing to summer and autumn. But I think it's in your country it's the same. But next year it will be back. So this is a good possibility for you just to find a way through the Austrian scene. And we have the same with journalists. So if you go, it's service, and then you got Praxiswissen, which I can give you the link in addition, and then you will have promotion. And if you see, you have the promotion, and you have all the press contacts as a list. Magazines with names, their directly mail address for what paper they are working. And you have the same for the radio. So this is print and online. And now here we start with the okay, that's the news, and here we have the radio. So you have all the radio stations, and you need what kind of genre they are covering. You have the direct name and the direct contact, and then it also goes to the website. And if any additional question, you can ask me anytime. And if you send me a link to your music, then I can send you directly the contact or the idea of what you can use for your music. So I will listen it, and then I can say, okay, I think this journalist or this radio journalist is more into this kind of music and can help you. The same with clubs or festivals.
So it's really good opportunity for the musician how to running across the Austrian music scene. Yeah. It was I didn't know it before about the Helge, and we know each other maybe 4 years and
yes.
5 years.
Yes.
Yeah, but if you'd like to ask something, feel free.
Yes, you can ask whatever, or you can interrupt me whenever you want me to interrupt. So the next part, what I'm telling you is because the things I was doing, they are based on that kind of staying together, also as a musician. It's kind of solidarity between the musicians. So because I think the best thing is also if you work on your career, you should combine it with other musicians in your surrounding. It doesn't have to be the same kind of music, but if it's close, it's perfect, because you can share all this kind of information. Because when you are playing on the club or a festival, you will not play on the festival the year after. But if you're a bunch of musicians, then and you keep the information flow, then if there's any change, it will be much easier to be updated at the moment. So that's the way when I started to do this. It worked very well. Because also for the promoter, if you can find a certain kind of approach, not only as a singing musician, if you don't have a booking agency, then you get this more direct contact whenever you had your first step in the door. And you couldn't then do it for the other musicians, for you as a group. Because if you performed it, you say, okay, it's coming from this group surrounding, and then he is more closer than to listen also to this new offer. And you can keep the contact, although you know you will not play the year after, because normally you won't play every year in the same spot. Festival, you won't do it. So you just will play every 3-4 years. If you're lucky to play there, but you can keep the whole information. And also, after a certain time, they will give you some additional tips or support. Because you say, oh, you can play again, but try this one. I talk to him, and then you can keep this contact fresh, and then you stay in the mind of the promoters. So now telling you what I'm doing as an here at the export office. I'm doing two more or less international directions. The one is I try to set up different kind of cooperations and presentations formats on festivals, clubs outside of Austria. So what I'm doing is to invite international promoters to Austrian festivals. I have a main festival, which is Jazz Festival Saalfelden, where I invite international promoters. They can stay there and they can listen to the Austrian bands. And the difference to other export bureaus from the way they are doing is all the bands who are playing there are playing for a normal fee, and they are playing as musicians within the whole festival context. It doesn't mean they come here and only see Austrian musicians, so they can see it in an international context, because they are picked to play in the normal program. You get a normal fee. In addition, what I'm not doing is to overflow the promoters with information. So I don't do any kind of meetings, presentations, or whatever in between during the day, because they should keep their head and ears fresh and be able to inhale the music and do it because they like the music. If I do a program from the morning until the afternoon and then I send them to the concert, they are tired. They don't have any kind of wish or will to see in addition the bands. Yeah, they just stay out, drink, smoke, and talk to each other, but they don't go in for the music. So I give them just a good feeling during the day. I do it the other way around, so they get drinks, easy chats, or can do what they want. I can help them to explore the day, and then they go to the festival and do it the same as the audience would. and I try to pick them, and as it could be also helpful for you. What I say, if you're approaching venues or festival promoters, so you should do your homework, as to say. You should know the festival, what it has done the last 2-3 years, how is the program, who is the team, because on the website mostly you can see it's the team. So whenever you have the possibilities to meet them, I will show you them the places where you can meet all these people. Then to approach them is not to approach them immediately on the business level. You have to show them that you know the festivals and you're interested in music, and to present your project is the side product of your meeting. And if you have done your research before, well, and you said, it was a good program 3 years ago because I like this and this band to play it on your festival. It's a totally another approach than you say, okay, this is my band, I want to play on your festival. Because you should know all these people get hundreds of records and links through their mail.
May I interrupt you?
Yeah, you can immediately write an I will laugh if you interrupt.
Could you talk about this a little more? Because, I mean, usually these people, you know, they wouldn't meet with me. You know, the most I can do is, you know, I can email them. And in that email, yes, I can mention, you know, I know who played there. I like this person. I think my music is like this person's music. I think you may like what I do. But it seems as if you're talking about an actual meeting. So is this a possibility, or am I understanding it
Yes.
wrong?
No, yeah. Understand it totally right. It's a possibility you can have. And there are several possibilities where you can meet these people. And I'm still in the, so. You see this? You see my screen?
No,
Not yet.
not sharing yet.
I try to do it again. Share your screen. Yes, because I'm not with you. Now you should see it. So because you have several possibilities to do. So the most easiest one is the Jazz Ahead. Have you ever heard from the Jazz Ahead? It's a German music fair.
Yes, I was there.
Me too. This year for the online one?
No.
Yes, the online one.
I was there personally. And also online.
So you were there. How did you do it in the online version?
It was not ideal, I have to say. Yeah, there were several like meeting rooms and, you know, chat places, and I picked several people I really want to talk to and I want to make the connection with, and I, you know, try to learn about them and try to approach them. But there were always like 6 people in the group, like talking all at the same time, and yeah, it was difficult to like get
Did you use? Okay. Did you use the direct chat area? So did you directly contact them through the talk possibility, just to send them an email?
Nechci zruší šerovanie obrazovky. Helge.
So I did not, because at the time all the materials for the album that I wanted to, you know, share with them weren't quite ready, and I just thought like,
okay.
Maybe Helge start sharing screen or show something because.
So
Okay, we can continue.
yeah, that's better.
Sorry.
No worries.
Yes. Yeah, because you could have the possibility really to write them directly, and if you go there on Real, you should just pick in front which person you want really to meet, and then searching for this person and contact him before. So it's like fishing. You should see it. It's like fish. So if you have 1, 2, 3 contacts, these contacts will stay, and they will bring you into the circle of the others. So whenever you meet them again, some of his colleagues, by side, you will be introduced to this person. The thing is, on these market meeting places, it's more, the game is more to find a personal connection than to sell your product. Because then they will remember you. They will not remember you if you approach them directly with your product, your CD, it's my CD, I want to play on your festival. But if you get the kind of chat possibility, then this person will remember you. And you should more see it as being on a party. You're invited on the party and you don't know anybody. You're not going there to sell anything, so you're going there to meet some people and to talk to them about the world or about the music. And your music and your product is a side shift on this, because what you should get is the remembering of you as a person. If they remember you as a person, then you will have the direct contact. It's the main idea. I know it's hard to do it when you're on the spot, but it's really like, because they also want to have a good chat. Because if they like your music, they will decide it later. But if they have a good chat with you, then they will remember you. And then they will listen to your music more than one time. And the second thing is that if you do this, then all the things around you should be prepared. You should have a website which is easy to access. You should have your videos on the streaming platforms, and you need to have live videos. It's not only for promotion, because promotional videos, you only do it for your fans and for the venues as a promotion. For a promoter who should buy you for his festival, he wants to see you what you will deliver in the live performance. This he wants to see. You can have a perfect promotion video, but it doesn't give him any kind of idea how this can happen in a live sector. And you don't have to, it doesn't have to, has to be in a club or on a festival and really big produced. It's not necessary. You can have your own surrounding set up, and can also make a kind of lo-fi music video. The main important thing is that it's live, and it gives you the chance to perform your music in a special surrounding, and everything is live. That's the reason you can do it, and you can find different kind of performances. And you can take your ideas from different kind of stuff. For instance, there is I don't know if I find it immediately. There's a German weekly magazine. This is the Zeit. And there's, I'm thinking it's called Recorder. Yes. So just finding it out here, if it works. Yes. So there is a, it's a weekly magazine, and it has a big cultural part, yeah. And I will share the screen now again. And it's Site Recorder. And as you can see, They just playing on a certain surroundings. For sure, there are some well-known people doing it. But I give you just a short idea. There's Jamili there. So the way he's doing this.
Nechaj tak, nepočuť zvuk.
So then I do another one, just to get to the feeling, yeah. Just as a possibility.
To proste by museli za nastavenie Windowsu, aby to zmenil. Ale to je jedno, ale on chcel ukázať, že vizuálnu stránku toho koncertu, ako človek tam pôsobí, asi vieš, alebo toto, takže to je v pohode. OK, zase, alebo nie, či?
So you could see this?
Yeah, we see, but it was without sound.
Without sound.
I think so.
Okay.
But
I couldn't share the other way around. But you see the idea of it to present your music also in a different kind of surrounding, because it's your focus on the music. Because they want to see it, how you can perform in different kinds of surroundings. Yeah? It's not only you don't have to polish it. You polish it for your fans and for the promotion. Yeah? What they want to see is your live approach. How good you can perform your music, the ways, a different kind of approach. Because then, if you this, you get their interest. You start to get the interest on you throughout all the other kinds of information they will get. And if you get the first contacts in this kind of possibility, like I said just ahead, and you have the connection, at the next meeting there will be more people because they will introduce you to the others. And also if you get this kind of contact, because they are meeting each other all the time in certain circumstances. Yeah? So if they say, I've listened to this, have you heard this? And then they are exchanging the links. And then you get also the different kind of approach. Okay? So this, you have this, again, I share my screen. You have, so this is the jazz ahead. You have the next book, there's a network. It's called the Europe Jazz Network. And it's a members network. It's very expensive to be a member there. You pay 1,100 euros per year to be a member. But what is interesting for you, these are the most interesting festivals, venues, and promoters throughout Europe. And you just can see where they are. And you have 166 results. Here you have on the map, and you see all the members. And these members are all inviting young musicians too. Because for the big festivals, there's another network, like Lyon or Montreux. They call it the Big 11. It's another network on this. And you get all this information directly to the festivals. So you can find out which festival fits to the kind of music you can make. And they are meeting each other one time a year. This year they are meeting at Tallinn. And you have the possibility also to stay there as a guest. So they have a first meeting on the first day, and on the other hand, you have the program, and then you have the showcases of the country and Tallinn, and then they have different kinds of official meetings, and you have again the possibility to meet them. Also, you try to pick up not too many, only a few.
I think so. It's the best option. I have a really good experience because I was there, I think so, 4th time. And it's a smaller group of the people because, for example, Womex is so huge, and this is around 300 and 400 people only, or organizer of the big festival, smaller festival from all around Europe, and it's great the possibility how to meet the people personally, face to face. Really good options, I think so, for it. If you would like to meet somebody, it's nice possibilities how to contact him directly, and they have also a really good application for it. His name is, I think so, Vova.
Yeah, yes, Vova. It's an app. It's an app where everybody's listed.
And it's possible to speak about the meeting before and have a meeting, and after this have another meeting, and the right date, etc. all the day if you want. Yeah.
And you have some social activities in addition. For instance, there are walks in the city where they are. So there are 5 or 6 walks. And at that time, it's a mixture of guests, like musicians like you, and the promoters. But the main aim is to have this city walk or whatever, yeah, or this topic. And then you get there, you have another kind of getting closer to them. Yeah? Again, not approach with a CD or with a record. They say, "Puff, it's me. That's my music. I want to play on your festival." That is fear, but find your way to talk to this person and see it as a party you are invited, and you don't know anybody. You're just talking to somebody about life and the planet.
There's a lot of secret party also.
Yeah. And then you mention what you're doing, yeah? And perhaps when you know his name and you are well prepared, say, you're doing, that's what you're doing, I know. So if you do this, it enters a lot of things. Yeah? So this is the second part. Then I prepared some possibilities just to find out for you what possibilities you have in different countries. So there's an umbrella organization of all kinds of music export and music information center. It's called YAMIC. Yeah. To share my screen again. So that's YAMIC. And you see, there's the list of the countries. And when you go to the sites, you will find You go directly to the website. They normally have also a French version, and all of them has, in addition, finish it and see it. Some information about the countries. So you can do your homework through them. And for the English, so you have then this INI. All the export bureaus are together in an umbrella organization. And you have direct links to their site, as you see here. And they also have information, see English, yeah. And you can see all the things they are doing. For instance, you have here a guide to Finnish summer festivals. All these websites have this. With all the direct links. Okay, and for the French, yeah, it's the HAC. HAC is a network of all jazz festivals. In France, as you see, and if you scroll down, you have all the festivals. And on the program, you can see if they just invite French people or if they do also international. And you see the kind of program. All festivals in France connected to this jazz. And you can directly contact the team if you want to know about any clubs or possibilities. They are very nice to help you because they all have the list. Yeah? It's not about sharing the information.
Mám to a ide to aj online.
Okay.
Bola tam malá pauza z 3 minúty alebo tak 2, ale zachránil som to.
Yeah, I go back just a moment. That's the question. So, yes, please. Nobody wanted to ask something? No, I had some voices in my head. Because I'm vaccinated, so Bill Gates is talking to me. So I go back because there's another possibility for you. In Germany, there's a Jazz Institute Darmstadt, and here you have a good list about European. I just have to find it. Already, yeah, here we have it. You see, it's just about German, but this is called Wegweiser, like a sign to jazz. And if you go to this, then you have a database. And for instance, so I can do, for instance, festivals. And then you can do a different kind, and I do Switzerland. You have to go use the Google Translator because it's all in German. So Switzerland doesn't work because it's Schweiz. See, and if you click on this, you will have all the jazz festivals in Switzerland with a direct link. And for instance, you see there are much more. And if you can get more. So all the festivals and they have just as to Bern, for instance, they have this information, and you see who is responsible, website, contacts, what kind of things they are doing. So this is a kind of access for you. You can use just to make research on different countries. Yeah. And instead of going to YouTube and watching 2 videos, somebody sending in your timeline, you can do this for 20 minutes or something like that. Yeah. And you don't have to do it as you don't have to see it as work. See it more as explorer. You explore different kind of parts in the circus. That gives you much more chance to be out of the circus. I'm just doing it on my other laptop because I've prepared some topics on the other laptop to get you.
Maybe before you find your topics, could you talk a little more about what exactly? So you mentioned the live video, but so is there something else that you feel like is really important, for a festival like this to
approach? When you approach it?
Yeah, I mean, I know there are all the things, bio and EPK and the website and whatnot, but what do you think is really important and what they really care about?
Yeah. They really care about a good live video. It doesn't have to be a professional done live video. That's the main part. Mm-hmm. Then, if you do the social medias, then you should have a social media account of your project, not your personal social media, because your personal social media is connected to your friends, and there are so different other kinds of things in the timeline which are not interesting for somebody who is working with professional work. You should divide these parts of your life, because there's an artistic life you present as an artist, and then there is your social life, which can be a mix out of it. But normally in this field of jazz world, improvised music, I would suggest to really put it apart. Because when you see it from in this kind of pop music area where artists sharing their private life, it just looks like they are sharing their private life. Yeah. So that's their professional life, filling it up with some private information. Yeah. With their really social communication, they're using other kinds of approaches. And what then? Because then you can really set up your different kind of things you're doing in the social medias. So what they are looking at second is your social media account. Yeah? As most of these guys are old guys, they're still going on your Facebook site. And the next one, they are going then to your Instagram site. They are less interested in SoundCloud or something purely social media accounts where they just go to their audio files. So, and the next point is they are checking all the streaming platforms, mostly Spotify. They're looking if you have an account. They know that you will not have 5 million streamings because you're not a pop musician. Yeah. Miles Davis has 2 million, yeah, so they know it. Yeah. So they are just looking if you're on Spotify and if you have a certain kind of visibility, just to find you there, because this they will use when they will book you. So that's the part, because it's also easy for them to share it with colleagues, because most of the time they do it through Spotify. If they're sitting together and you have their Wi-Fi, they have listen to this and this again, they won't go to on your website. They go on Spotify, looking what kind of music you have there. So if you have any kind of aggregator, it's the people who are connecting you to the download platforms and to the streaming platforms, you should use this. That's the second part. And then they will see if you have a good promotion material. That means good photographs and easy information, which is easy to use. Because they don't write, they are just doing copy and paste. Also the big festivals. Also, if they have a certain kind if they give you a special spot and a certain kind of say residency on the festival, where you just more than one show, so the audience can see how you do it, then they will write the text about you. Otherwise, they will just do copy and paste. And you should try to find out that all the texts you have, you can combine easily within each other. So you can easily make a very short text out of it, and you can easily make a bigger one out of it through the different parts of the texts you have. It's not about fairy tales you tell them. Yeah? I mean it in a little bit with a big smile when I say this, yeah. But you know what I mean, yeah. Because it has to be for somebody who hasn't heard anything about you, should have a very easy access in his mind. He should immediately can put you somewhere in his matrix. Put his pin in his matrix, and where I think he could fit it. They don't normally don't take the time really to search, to find out what it is really. Would be a very good approach in this area. And whenever you find anyone there is somebody who already hired you on his festival or venue. Yeah? Really go contact him and say, do you know somebody else who could who I could contact, because now you've done it and you know me. Because normally they are proud to share things. They are not. They don't have a problem to share the things they found, because they want to show each other. I found this beautiful lady and the music I like very much. So that would be just a good kind of approach in this area. So any questions? Yeah, 7. Anybody have any questions? Throw at me.
I can keep asking, but guys, do you have anything?
They already slept away.
No.
Well, they're lost.
I know it was a fun. It's a joke. It was a joke.
I think so. Told us very useful information, a lot of information, and it's a good point to start our personal research.
Yeah, actually, let me ask something.
Yeah, for sure.
Sort of something you mentioned, your home country, Austria, and this wonderful website with all these contacts and everything. It was just a huge surprise to me to see that such things exist. Normally, what I would encounter is to see that other people trying to not hide the information, but not necessarily giving away information that they know. And
yes.
So getting back to your first point, so if someone's an artist, has a project, has a band, so what would the best and first thing to be when you want to start getting noticed in Austria, for example? I think that's the country with which you're very much familiar with the circumstances and everything. So should I, when I have my materials, should I in the first place try to search for an act from Austria with whom I would preferably start to cooperate, like as an exchange, or should I be going the way to contact you know, you guys from via that website or both or?
You can do different kind of approaches. It depends. If you find somebody where I think, okay, they could fit as a double feature, then you could do it. So if there's a band where you think you can, on one hand, do a certain kind of exchange, on the other hand, perhaps do a double bill on some places. They already know. You can contact us whenever you want to do. It's much easier if you get some idea what kind of music you are doing, because then we can be more focused on the answer which we are doing.
Sure. And it works like in a way. So I send you my my videos, my links, and it's like a short bio, and that's it.
That's it. Yeah. Send me your link
to even respond. Because,
yeah, for sure. I respond always.
You know what
sometimes it takes a little time, but I respond always.
But you know, like 99% of the time, what happens, and you've shown your beautiful list. I have created a list for myself. You know, just okay, these are the people I know. I should contact that person. But it's, you know, most of the time, people, of course, are overwhelmed. They get all these tons of emails, so they don't get time to respond, or actually if no one like makes this referral, tells the other person, okay, this is a person I know, he's going to contact you, that I see it, you know, really, really difficult to get an answer otherwise.
Yeah, for me, you get always an answer. And also the thing is, when you contact somebody else, it has to be something to recognize immediately. It should be personally. You should immediately see, you know whom you're sending this. And then don't give him a list of links. Yeah. Sure. You just give him the best link you have.
Okay.
You have 1-2 sentences in the front, the best link you have, and then tell him that he should go there afterwards, and you will contact him again, asking him if he or she likes him. There are not so many women, only 4 women in Austria who are doing working in this area as a promoter. Mostly it will be a man, but yeah, that's the way it is, because you must get him this kind of quick click. He will not read 400 signs.
Sure.
And if this person has to scroll to find out what's about, he will not scroll. Because in his email incoming box, he has your name, and on the side he has the mail preview. And directly on the preview, every piece should be seen immediately. And make a kind of professional looking format. So you can do this with MailChimp or whatever, or your clickable PDF or whatever it is. Yeah. But you have to show that you know whom you are contacting. Because most of the emails deleted are, dear promoter, we are this band, we want to play on your spot. Sure. Here are the links. Nice greetings, some name. That's it. He sees this and it goes on delete, because you are one of 58 in the last 5 hours. But if there is a kind of approach that you can see, okay, it's the name. He immediately knows what I'm doing. He will click on the list, yeah. And you have to know that you have to be in the circle of contacting. You have to stay far ahead. If you start now, it's the wrong season, because it's end of June. Yeah, starting there. So if it's a club, they are finalizing their club season. If it's a festival, they are working for the festival. You don't have time to get anything. Yeah.
Yeah. So what would the ideal time to be? That's actually a first
because
I'm able to come up with. Thanks for that.
The time frame is like
sure.
accordion. Yeah,
Makes sense. Totally. Yeah.
It's going up and up. It's going like an accordion. So if you start in December, you're in spring next year. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do your follow-up in November, you're in the late spring in next year. If end of November, beginning December, you're already in summer, autumn next year. If it's a festival running in August, for instance, yeah, there's some summer festival in August, for instance, now in Austria. So the festival will be in August. Then will be the after work in end of August, beginning of September. Then they do their break because then they have to do their financing and all this kind of stuff. Recreation, the whole thing, finalizing anything. Then they start again in October. So if you start in beginning, mid of October with the first informations, you will be on the first part because the main frame will be finished in their heads end of November. And then they will get together for the programming somewhere in December, and then then you have this Christmas break, and then they will finish it in end of January, February. So at that time, you have already contacted them for 3 times. And you will know it in March, April, if there's any kind of interest. For the last slots, normally you know it end of April. And then get back, start the game again in October if it's a summer festival. So these frames, it's like, and the same as the club, because you have to look at the club, how many concerts this club is doing. If this club is doing regularly 5-6 concerts a week, 4 to 6 concerts a week, they have to book far ahead. So they will finish the first half year more or less in autumn. In October, they will done the program from January until May for sure. There are some free slots in between, perhaps. And then if there's a club, because on the countryside, in all countries, there are smaller clubs, but they just do 2-3 concerts per month. So they will normally divide their year in 2 times. Spring, early summer, autumn, winter. So they will do their program filling out at the beginning of the year for autumn, December. So in January, February should be there on the top because they will only have 10 concerts in autumn. If they do 2 to 3 concerts in the holidays in between, it will not be more than 10 concerts. And then there are venues where you say, okay, they are doing events 4 days a week, but then you have to look, okay, how much of them are in my genre? For instance, in Vienna, you have Sargfabrik. They are doing normally 4 concerts a week. But it's only up to maximum 3 jazz concerts per month. So you're not in the frame of 16, 18 concerts per month, and you have to pick out of them. You are picked out of 4 concerts a month. And if you say, okay, from these 4 concerts, they are normally 2 local, because it's the easy one to access, and they have their own crowd, and you don't have additional costs. So you are competing for 2 slots. And that you have to be in your bag here. It's not 24 concerts I'm offering. So for me, there are only 2 slots per month.
Sure, big difference. Yeah.
Yes. And then you have to find this kind of approach. And if you have 2 slots per month with the summer break, I start end of the year to offer it end of the year next year. And make some kind of possibilities. Okay, where's the frame? Where am I on the map? With which places I can normally combine it. And the thing is, at the beginning, I was like, wow, it's a hard work, yeah. But if you start the circle and you keep on this circle, then it's just a circle. It will be a normal way to approach for you. Like brushing your teeth. You know in the morning that at 6 o'clock you will brush your teeth. But if you find out that at 7 o'clock that you haven't brushed your teeth and you must brush it, but don't have a toothpaste, and it's, oh wow, our shops are closed, they will never manage it. Yeah? So it's about this kind of getting this, the idea of the circle without being stressed. That's the thing. Because most of the musicians think, wow, it's a work I don't want to do. It's a stress, and then I have to do it again. And if you do it in such small steps, part of your daily stuff, then it becomes common. It's the same. I'm telling all the musicians, if you do applications, if you have done one proper application and you have done all your homework with all the things you normally have to present about yourself, the next application is only a combination from the things you have to just add the focus or the small frame you want to concentrate the sports. All the other parts you already have done. And if you've done it in blocks, you can just move it around the text, the lyrics, the photos. So you don't have to do anything again and again. Yeah? So you can change just one part. If you have, okay, this is a good idea where I can make a good photo, then do this and add it to the whole other kind of stuff. You don't have to take an appointment with a photographer on this day to make the next photo session. Just you have different kind of options. See it as the same thing you do as an artist. Because if you're training and rehearsing, it's the same thing. Or creating and composing. You're focusing for a certain moment on certain things. But if something comes in your mind, you go home on your instrument and you write it down, right? And the same is if there is a spot, you say, oh, this is a nice spot to make a photo. And you do it. Or this is a good surrounding. Or this is a funny idea. Just do it. Because then it's part of your whole artistic world. It's not divided into art and office, because it's part of your whole life. Yeah. And if you find somebody who will help you, then you can already give this person parts of the things. Yeah? So you don't need to search for somebody who is doing all the stuff. You can just put somebody for a certain amount of time to support or to help you for things. Because this person can just pick everything out from the boxes you already have prepared. And you just see it as creative boxes. As part of your whole life. then it makes much more easier. And perhaps you find different kind of approaches and ideas, which are part of your artistic ideas.
Okay, I think so. The time is a little bit over. It's okay. We have still time, but yeah, you need also take your time, relax during the hot evening.
Yeah, no, but it's nice. But it's as I said, keep the information flow. Otherwise, the planet will go.
Okay, maybe. And last questions.
Yeah.
If you would like to ask something. Or no?
I give you one last story, yeah? Because when I was starting with this kind of promotion invitation and to get this kind of collaboration with festivals, because I started in the 90s, and then there was some intermission because my director did at the time had another focus, or did other things on the musical, but all of them interesting. But the thing is, my approach is to in this area is to be informed, have a good time, and to talk about different things with on the first side have perhaps nothing to do with music, but always have music in the back. And be able to switch together with the person you're talking the topics. And what I found out, and it's a little bit like you're doing music, yeah, because it's always something to do with improvisation. You have a main theme, you have a topic, you have a frame, you have a structure. And in between, you're improvising, yeah, with your music, and also if you do it live. And the same is this kind of approach. And all these decision making persons, they like this way of approach. Because after 2 years, when I started to do it the way I did it, and it was totally different from the way it was done by colleagues from me outside Europe. It was some kind of rumor going to this circus. All want to come to my events because they could meet each other, they had a good time, they always found good music, and there was not any kind of pressure in the things they were doing. And the same you can do as an artist, yeah? So that they love to invite you because they had a good time with you.
Okay. Many thanks for your last story. I hope so see each other also personally very soon. Maybe.
Yes, very soon.
Next week during
Friday, Saturday, 4 days, yeah.
During Jazz Fest Brno showcase.
Yes, for sure. We will have a good time.
Okay, if you have a time, maybe it is possible to go to Brno, Central European Showcase, Jazz Fest Brno, next week, Monday, Thursday, and there will be focus on Austrian young jazz musician scene. I think so, and it's true.
Yes.
Combined with Czech scene,
yes,
of course. And yeah, my final speech will be also many thanks Slovakia Council for supporting us. Thank you, Helge, for being with us. It was, I think, so, a lot of very useful information. Yeah, also thank you for being with us, and have a nice evening. And I hope see you personally, face to face.
Yes, me too. All the best. And if any question occurs.
Yes, you can of course stay in touch with Helge. Can you send the contact? Maybe it will be interesting for you if Helge if you have a time, you can give them the feedback for music and something.
Yes,
Okay.
it would be a big pleasure.
Thanks a bunch. Thanks for having us.
Yes, stay creative.
You too.
Yes, we need you.
Of course.
All the best.
Bye-bye.
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 Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.